We're on. Take one. Artocast.
I do it all. That's fine. Bring it.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's get to it.
Let's bring up, do you want to introduce our guest?
Well, I don't have much. Sam is here.
Yes.
You know, like I said, the most that we could talk about his unique self is himself, which is a surfer in Salt Lake City and doing a lot of stuff to do with it. He can tell the stories about that better.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors about people surfing the Great Salt Lake, other things all around.
We can get into it.
We're going to get into it. Our special guest here, Sam Wise, everybody.
Sam YZ.
It's Wise is Wise.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Artocast.
Stoked to be here.
Yeah, any hashtags we got to throw out? People to follow you on Instagram or Facebook or whatever you do?
It's 19SamWise79 at Instagram.
Okay.
Then Samwise Facebook.
Cool.
And stuff. And
Cool. We got to get the story out.
yes, let's get it out there.
What the fuck is a surfer doing in Utah?
I ask myself all the time. But then it just feels that like Utah is like the perfect outlet for that because no one would really think about Utah as a place to go surfing.
Yeah.
And stuff. So like I wanted to kind of do something new and stuff, and I just ended up doing it.
Huh.
Just going all over Utah, the rivers, the lakes, skimming puddles.
Nice.
And stuff, and just having a good time. And from that, I put a crew together, the Nima 801 Surf Crew. And at first, it was like 2013. It was called the 45th because Utah's the 45th state.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, I need to put a little bit of salt for some flavoring. So it's like, I'm gonna put some Polynesian roots into it. So I called my cousin and said, hey, how do you say the number 45 in Tongan? She texts back, Nima. It's like, okay, perfect, thanks. So
Awesome.
I ended up Nima, and then it's like, okay, now something with Utah, because, I love Utah. Utah's rad. So 801, Surf Crew, and...
Nima.
Yeah. And
Nice.
so it's going slowly, but hey, as long as it's moving, I'm fine
Yeah.
with that. As long as it's moving, I'm fine.
So, what do you surf in Utah?
There's the one river I go to mostly is down 6200 on the way to Fashion Place Mall. It's like that golf course. You drive past Winchester Park, I think like 1200 something, but it's in Murray. But as you pass that river, then you'll pass a golf course and then go up to Fashion Place. But that river has like dips in it, and then deep pockets, and another one will dip, another deep pocket.
What?
So like, I'm like a regular surfboard at the time wouldn't take my weight. So at the time I went paddleboarding with my friend Namba, Austin Namba, he skates too. We went to Willard Bay, is that what it's called? The one that's past Austin?
Yeah.
Willard Bay. So he goes, it's like, hey, come paddleboarding with me. So I go out there and I sucked at it. As soon as I got on, and I fell a couple times, like, okay, how about we go to the other beach, you can practice, like, all right. So at first I, run and jump on the board, it's like, nah. So then I got on, paddle, and then pop up and stand. And the guy there said, he was like, I've never seen anyone do that here before, like, paddleboard like that. So I was like, you know what? I was like, hey Austin, do you mind if I just do this without the paddle? He's like, yeah, go ahead. So I paddle out, like in the middle, and then he come out with me. And then with all the boats going back and forth, it generate like waves. So I hear him go, take that wave right there, take it. So I have to, it's so hard to catch like an individual wave. But then I caught a couple, and then from then on, it just like, something just kind of clicked. It's like, okay. The
Surf
whole,
crew.
like, like for like a whole week I was on a high. It's like a wave in Utah. It's like I caught a wave in Utah. That's where I found it, of all places. And also, like, sorry if I'm jumping around.
No, you're fine.
But after that, I went and bought a paddle board from Smith and Edwards.
Yeah.
And stuff. And so, like, I had the first get together. It was about maybe 2019 or 18 or something like that at Harriman Lake. So like me, so it was just
that's right. They have a lake out of here.
Man-made.
I forgot about
Man-made.
that. Yeah.
And
So
so
you
we
can
were
actually
right there.
fish out there, and shit,
Yeah.
too.
That resin?
yeah,
It's just a pond.
it's
basically.
Black Ridge Reservoir.
Yeah.
And is it where people can...
Yeah, it's like a
Just-
man-made beach, and people like beach out over
Yeah,
there
okay.
and stuff.
There's no waves there, bro.
Dude, the thing is,
He
though,
makes waves.
Okay,
it's-
okay.
it's
We're getting to it.
Like if you don't see waves, make your own.
Yeah.
Because I always
Alright.
look at like ripples. Ripples are just little
Yeah.
Yeah.
tiny waves that
Yeah.
just build up to these, the Nazare wave, or if I said it right, that crazy 100-foot wave. So like it's like I'm fine with catching ripples if that's all I get. For
That's
the
like
rest
a
of my
catch
life.
on a longboard. Is it
And-
kind of using...
Yeah, it's like it's 10 feet, 9 or
That's
10
what I was,
feet.
when I was really, I'm pretty light, so when I'd catch a wave before, I'd catch it early on the ripple and get the wave before the people kind of snaking
Oh, nice.
was my...
Have you ever
Was
seen
my
the footage
thing.
of the guys surfing the oil tanker waves in Texas?
Yeah, okay.
That's the one I told Landon would be fun to go do.
Yeah.
The one that they can just ride for like an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
It's like my legs would be like, these are kind of like. But yeah, and also like Colorado has a good stand-up wave, and even like Idaho and stuff, and it's really cool. And I was talking to Austin, it'd be crazy if he had like a Kelly Slater type, I guess, kind of be a rip-off, I guess, but to find a place where you can do a surf ranch.
Yeah.
It's like Great Salt Lake could be good. Like, just have like a train come through and kind of bring that thing. It's like, man, that'd be a crazy idea to take over to the
Like
captain.
a wave machine?
Yeah, like
with more room than a machine.
Well, do you remember going to the water park? What was the water park?
Hey,
And they had the wave pool.
Oh, yes.
Raging Waters. But
Raging Waters.
But
yeah.
like now,
Yeah.
they've got the great one in Typhoon Lagoon and Orlando and all that kind of stuff where you can surf these waves, of course.
Oh, is that the jet powered one? that
Yeah, but
shoots
there's
out?
a bunch of waves, and then sometimes you can even, what's really fun, you can rent the place out and have all your friends just
And
hang
have
out.
your own session.
They have big sessions. I've heard about, my friends keep trying to call me about, they've talked about, I can rent it out for a night, and just imagine that. Instead of like a skate session with beers and stuff, you just have a surf session that
That'd
just
be
goes off on these fake waves. It'd be sick.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
So tell us about how you got into surfing.
It all started, so in '84 my dad got me and my brother Mike McGill board for him and me to share, so I was 5 at the time.
Yeah.
And then whenever I'd like take a bath or a shower, I'd kind of mimic everything I'd see
Mike
on
McGill's skateboard.
Yeah, like in the bath. So I'd either do it with my fingers or like kind of like move my feet around, kind of like, how you do that on the tubs, kind of. And then my dad, ended up giving me like this old Hobie black and white striped shirt in the early 80s.
Hobie was the shit.
And
back in the
OP.
day.
And it's kind of funny, I think about it, I was like, was he setting me up for something? Because then we ended up, I'm jumping around again.
It's fine.
But what's funny about surfing Utah is that I ended up growing up with some of Eddie Icow's family since I was 5.
Whoa.
And this place called Eosepa, so it's like a gathering every Memorial weekend in Skull Valley, and it celebrates like the Polynesian saints that came to Utah of the church.
Like some of the OGs.
Yeah, some of the OGs. And they have like a cemetery there, so like everyone can gather. You don't have to be Polynesian, you come. There's a potluck, so like if you're hungry at 3 or 2 in the morning, the kitchen's always open. You can go from campfire to campfire, hearing ukuleles play, and just hearing people jam. And then in the morning, you help clean the cemetery before the potluck. And then they take, but that's where I met my friend Maui Aikau. We kind of lost touch throughout the years, but I'm friends with him on Instagram and stuff, and so I ended up growing up with that family from 5 years old to like still growing up now, but we stopped going to Eosepa in like maybe when I was early 30s. So it's kind of funny. Then I find out who Eddie Aikau was. I was like, hey. He's like, yeah. It's like
Who's Eddie Aikau? I mean,
He's one of like the legendary Hawaiian.
There's a documentary called Eddie Would Go, or it's called The Hawaiian.
Yeah.
But that quote, Eddie Would Go.
Yeah.
Didn't he die out in the water?
They didn't find his body.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And he was like a bodyguard at, didn't he go to Mavericks? I can't remember what it was, but all the lives, I think it was like 700, maybe 500, but he never lost one. He was like people were until he'd go out, bring them back in, but he never, and then he disappeared trying to find help when he was on the ship. He never came back and they never found him.
That's what I remember. My cousin was a surfer and he had a poster of Eddie Aikau. This guy's like the OG original and like he disappeared out in the ocean.
Same people. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then like from growing up with him and then making friends with one of my friends named Kelly Medina, who's a Hawaiian who surfs also. So it's like I started it's like everything kind of like intertwined somehow, kind of setting me up for something. And from there, I met my friend Lauren back in 2013. She's from Rhode Island. She's like, have you ever been outside the States? It's like, not really. He's like, well, you should come out here. It's like, you know what, I think I'm going to do that. It's like when my dad passed 2010. So I went out there, and I knew of Sid Abruzzi at the time, and she's like, do you know who Water Brothers is? Like, no. It's like, it's a surf skate shop here in Rhode Island, and Sid runs it. And I remember Sid from like skateboarding stuff he had to do with skateboarding. It's like, wow, are you serious? It's like, yeah, we'll go there when you come down. So I go down there, and I meet him, and that's when I told him about, he's like, where are you from? Utah's like, Utah? Like, the only people that come out here is the ones that are on witness protection. And so I was like, yeah. And so like he took me and we watched some old surfing footage on the TV, and then I bought some stuff, a hat and a shirt from there, and then 2014, he puts together a festival called Surf Fest. Everyone brings surfboards, and you see all like the surf history, different boards and stuff, and Bruce Martin from Skatopia was there, Tony Alva was there, I met him out there, and the funny thing is, like before then, we went to the shop, and as soon as I come in, Sid goes, hey Tony, meet my friend here from the West. So I go, I was like, so I kind of walk over there. So we just started talking, he asked who I was, and we talked about my Polynesian heritage and Aborigines and stuff, and then I filmed him skating the mini ramp there, which was like the first time that they brought skateboarding at Surf Fest out of all the years they had. So then I ended up filming him and watching him skate, and like Donnie Barley was skating the ramp, Anthony Shetler, all those guys. So like, as soon as I got home, I kind of lit it more.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? It's like, I'm gonna do this. So I ended up taking like one of those old Tony Hawk from like the game. He had like a game that has like a skateboard controller type thing. Can't remember what it was. So I went to Murray Park, and they had this runoff where they had the water coming out and you step on it, and kind of like super fast. So I just put the board controller down, put my feet on, kind of held on because it would have like shot me back. Yeah. And I forced my niece to come with me. She was like 4 years old at the time. So I'll get you a toy. You just come with me. I can't go by myself. Or no, you can't stay home by yourself. So just come with me. So like I'd stay and hold on. And I kind of like, it's like, oh, I like this. So then after that, and it ended up my brother moving to Daybreak. I make like an old little surfboard out of an old skateboard, and I put the number 45 on it before Nima. And I'd go, and they had these ditches that were kind of like square, and stuff, and they'd have water, and it's like, huh. So I'd go in there, just set it down, try to run and jump on it. But then I ended up just like spraying around, just like kind of throwing myself, making the water spray. And I got addicted even more. I was like spraying everything. So I'd walk around Daybreak trying to find, different things to spray. It's like I take like an old.
That'd be funny if some walker by sees you. They're like, "What in the hell is that guy fucking doing?"
A bunch of people, even like at the river.
There's a brown guy in the river.
He's spraying everybody. He's causing chaos. Dude, that's so funny. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. And then there come a time where I take like an old snow sled and like put it up there's this little part at daybreak where the water would go down. So like I'd set it there and they'd have like little straps on the side. So I paddle, like I'm paddling, I hurry and pop up, hurry and put my feet in the straps and do a 360 air grab and land back on the water. Sometimes I'd slip.
Nice.
And stuff, but like when I go to the river, I'd get hit by rocks so many times. So like, there's some parts where it's
And this is Sans helmet. You had no helmet back then, right?
Yeah, no helmet.
No helmets back. Kids, there were not helmets back in the day.
No, this isn't back in the day. This is now.
And,
He's surfing.
and
He's surfing ripples.
Yeah, well,
and everything.
but he
He's got
grew up in the day when there were no helmets. So.
yeah, and at times like maybe I should get a helmet. But I remember like when I was surfing the river, like in Murray, there would be like firemen stop, and I kind of look, and you get down and like start filming. And I'd have like runners run by and kind of like.
What's this guy
And
saying?
it was in winter time, 'cause I do it in the winter too. I go out in the water, and I like it when it's like freezer burn cold, like 26 below.
You got a wetsuit?
No.
I got one.
It's too big. It's too big for me. So like I'm just gonna get a pair of shorts and a shirt. So I go out there and that's where Wim Hof came in. And so it helps. So I'd go out there. I'd go up the Sugar House, like that restaurant area that's kind of like
Yeah.
the restaurant part. As you walk across the street, there's Highland High, and then there's that woodsy area on the side. But they'd have a good runoff.
Nice.
And I go up there and I carry the bodyboard on tracks in the winters. Like, you going sledding? Like, no, I'm going surfing. Where? Sugar House Park. So I'd go there and people like stop and watch, and then, or even body surf. Like there's a video called like the Torpedo People or something. That body surf.
Just shoot down a river.
Dude, it's awesome. It's so cool.
It's like going on the luge or something.
So you're saying it's in the winter, you've got your board and you're getting on the tracks?
Yeah. And even on UTA.
I'm going with you. Can I go? I'm coming with you.
Yeah,
What kind of boards,
all of us
bro?
come. I go I take like my blow up paddle board and I'd go on 62 and I went to Ogden and they've got a good runoff behind a Walmart, the Ogden River. So I went there.
We should.
I go all over.
You ever go with a bigger crew than yourself?
What's that?
You should just go with a bunch of people in shorts, just hanging out.
I keep down. People be like, these guys up there.
I'll go
guys
with
was like, what? Let's do
coming.
it, all of us.
Yeah.
It was like, I wanna go down Provo River.
Would you ever dare to go down Big or Little Cottonwood in spring runoff time?
Yeah.
Is that too dangerous?
Oh no, I will.
Yeah.
If they, wouldn't they?
You could die easily in Little Cottonwood.
I think
That's
I think that's the time I'd get a helmet,
Yeah.
like one of those vests.
And a
But then I'd
and
scope it
like
first.
a safety line that's
I'd-
like pull you
Yes.
in on.
I'd scope it first, like, okay, how would this? Like, well, like I'd go and scope first, but yeah, that like so many things on my mind, or even like the big wave surfing. When I see someone do it, it's like that looks so fun. I know it's kind of freaky, but
Yeah.
I like that just because like I like to bomb hills on the skateboard and stuff, and when I see it, it's like, man, that just looks so fun. So,
Yeah.
Runoffs.
Yeah. Oh, geez, runoff time. You don't want to. No, it's so.
I know.
You don't even want to get your dog around.
The
that
waterfalls
river.
in Little Cottonwood.
Yeah.
There's a runoff in Hennifer that Jim Noble used to go and do surfing with his friends. Like they'd wait for like the runoff to come, and it's like in like a shepherd area with like sheep and stuff, I think. But then like they'd wait for the runoff and then they'd go and stuff because he's from California, Jim Noble.
Runoff
He
would
told me
be,
about.
what season is runoff season?
Spring.
Spring.
Is it like April?
April,
April,
May.
May.
No, March, April. March, April.
Mostly April. and May.
March, April.
Don't make me shake.
But
your
he
head.
knows when the runoffs are hot.
That's what Jim told me. He's like,
Runoff
runoffs
week.
is usually like,
Yeah.
and then that's when I get all excited. I'm just gonna.
That's so crazy because like years ago I thought like I was up in the mountains hiking and I was looking at the river. I'm like, how come nobody's ever done river surfing? Like just what if they created some new kind of board where you could actually like ride down a river, like and stay on it, like maybe you had like a stick or something, or like and you just
surf.
bombed like mini waterfalls and
See,
stuff like that.
brainstorming.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's already joined the crew.
There it is.
I wouldn't do it, but I just
You,
thought
you
about
shape
it.
you shape your own, right?
Yes.
Or you do.
I make like a lot of wood ones. Like I've been working on one for Landon. It's like an alea, one of those Hawaiian alea boards that have no fins, like the thin ones.
Yeah.
But the one I'm making for him's a little thick. I found wood when I was at my brother's house in Riverton, and hey, can I have this wood? He's like, yeah, take it. So I go, and then I make him a board like I just sand it like crazy and super smooth. And I made the mistake of spray painting at first without putting linseed oil on. So now I had to sand all the paint off.
Yeah.
And now I'm waiting to get it all off, and I could do like 3 coats of linseed, and then I'm gonna look up see if cause I don't want to damage it.
Yeah.
Then I'll just if it's safe after linseed oil after like dries all the way, and then kind of spray it and gloss it.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I made some surfboards for my niece and nephews because they're lighter out of like old closet doors. Seal the holes up with like spackle.
Yeah.
You use on like that, and then like paint over it.
Just like wall spackle.
I make skimboards all the time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we use I don't know.
You do?
You'd make wood and you'd put lacquer thinner on it. Exactly. That's.
Are you lying?
I'm not lying. I make skimboards all the time. I'm not lying. It's wood, and you make it nice and smooth, and it's ready to go. You can do it on grass or water.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But it's so you're making these surfboards for every
like my niece, nephews,
and where are they going with them?
Well, when I coax them and they want it done, then it was like, okay, we'll take this. But then it's like, that'd be kind of funny to go on UTA bus and see like these little kids bring these closet doors on the bus.
Yeah.
It's like after this COVID thing's a little bit more mellow, and I was like,
I think they got it
yeah,
because
just take some closet doors on the bus with the niece and
Yes.
nephews, and
Hell yeah.
I take like the old body boards, and I made one. I have like this like a wave board or a wave thing, and I took off the bindings and then turned that into like a surfboard, and we had a pool in the backyard, so like I'd start from the trampoline, run and jump on it, and it rode perfect. And so like I used that, and I took some spray foam, outlined it, and started filling it in with like a bunch of cans of spray foam, and I thought, it's like, man, now it's stuck. So now I like took a shovel and like pry it up from the ground, like,
Yeah.
and then I take that spray plastic Flex Seal and seal it all with plastic, and then just like been experimenting with that, and have a shed in the backyard that I call the parlor, and on the side I have like a place where I work on the boards and stuff. So it's taken me on some crazy places. Like it's taken me to my second home to Rhode Island. I've been out there like 4 or 5 times, but I haven't been there back because I used to go every summer. But I haven't been there for a while, but I like to go back. And then also like taking me to San Diego, go surf and skate. And
So when you're surfing in San Diego, are you using a shortboard?
the longboard.
Your longboard? Okay.
But then like I want to do the shortboard, but I'm willing to just like, because I love getting my butt kicked by the waves. It definitely feels better than falling on the concrete skating.
Yeah.
For sure, but it'll still hurt, of course. But yeah, this next trip I want to learn the shortboard and the waves and stuff, and it'd be fun.
I've heard about the Great Salt Lake a lot. A few people surf that a lot.
Me and Landon went out there to Great Salt Lake.
I've heard the rumors, and then I watched kind of like some videos, some little kids doing it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So they're surfing in the Great Salt Lake. No. And what?
There's very few.
What season is that?
We went out there in December because like I like the cold waters.
Yeah.
So like we took this me, Landon,
Iceman.
Landon, and my friend Jordan.
No wetsuits.
No wetsuit.
Okay.
Well, I had like one of those wet hoods, if that counts. But
I got a wetsuit. Whenever I'll go surfing Great Salt Lake.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
In the snow.
We went out into like a mile out to the Great Salt Lake. We could it came up to like.
Oh, it's still up to there?
Yeah. Well, I guess like in the heyday it got to like 9-10 feet when it was like full capacity.
Well, I have pictures. I was looking through my family pictures, what was it, like a month, 2 months ago. We have old school pictures like from like the probably early 80s where people would go out to the Great Salt Lake back then. and like beach out on the Great Salt
Yeah.
Lake, and then they just go out and like, because you could float, you would just float back then. I don't know what it's like these days.
They're still
But
trying.
you could just like you
now.
could literally like you didn't even have to swim. You would like you didn't need like a little raft or anything. You could just literally just float out to nowhere in the
All
Great
that
Salt
salt.
Lake.
That would feel so good just
Yeah.
laying there. Just like
Yeah, and it is good for you with all that. So
Yeah.
that was.
But people used to do that a lot back in the early
They're starting
80s.
to do that again.
Yeah.
Because I think there's some fear about the
What's the
weird
what's
rumors
The,
that come out about these.
what's the music venue that you've been to?
Oh, Saltaire.
Saltaire. So they'd go out to Saltaire, and that was like a family,
Yeah.
like fun park out there, basically.
Yeah.
They might even had a roller coaster out
There's a park out there.
there. Yeah.
I just passed it.
I remember the
It's a
first
park. You can see the salt flats and you can go in the water if you want. It's not a problem.
I remember the
People
first time.
just
Oh,
got
go ahead.
weird. No. And people just got weird about the salt, and that's where Post Malone did a show and said he was moving out here. So anyway,
Oh, nice.
he was on the salt flats in the nice day, and he's like, getting out of here.
Yeah.
I remember my first journey out there when I was super little, and I looked in there, and it's like, "Hey, Dad, what is that?" I was like, "Oh, that's Saltaire." It's like, He-Man's castle? It's like, so we go there. He goes, "Yeah, He-Man's castle." So I go there. We go inside. And I remember as soon as I walked in, there was like this clown machine and cobwebs. It's like, sweet. And
That
it
place was
around-
dilapidated for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For years, that thing sat with nothing going on.
And that's cool with like the concert venues and
Yeah.
stuff. And I've been out there in a long time for a show.
Yeah. Well, no shows lately, but
What's that?
Yeah,
no shows
for
lately.
sure.
I think I saw the Migos last time out there, homie.
Yeah. Great. You saw Modest Mouse out there, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think my last show out there was Typo
It's
Negative.
good shows out there, man.
Oh, old school.
Typo Negative with Celtic Frost.
Nice. I've
That was
never
my
heard of
last
Celtic Frost, but I've heard of Type of Negative.
Yeah, that was a good show. That was
Yeah.
a good show. I had was like, "Okay, brother, we're going." I was in class at Slick, and so like I had like wait, and we're going to this show. I took a picture of it and sent it to him. Okay, I was like, "I'll buy your ticket."
Yeah.
So we went out there and enjoyed some Typo Negative. But the craziest thing, they played "It's a Small World After All" for at least, I swear, an hour. This started making me go insane. It started going. It was like, okay, So the first two times I heard, it's like, all right, sweet, they're coming on. 10 minutes go by. You start to get like, okay, 20, 30.
The song before they came on.
Yeah. So it's like, and all of a sudden,
They were singing it.
Yeah.
it's like that song still like makes me cringe after hearing it.
I hate that song. I hate
It
that.
does.
I hate that ride.
You ever been stuck on that ride?
That was my least favorite ride as a kid. It was like,
Small.
let's go on a small world. I'm like, it's like a bunch of Chucky dolls everywhere.
Yeah.
That's funny. I remember like Lagoon had like that terror ride. I remember as a little kid, it did freak me out in Dracula's Castle.
Yeah. I remember the terror ride. It had like some pretty skimpy hot chicks in there too. Like,
You get scared and then you're like, oh.
yo, this chick's got a knife in her chest and like her boobs are showing, but there's no nipples or something.
Yeah, it's kinda like,
You don't remember that?
I didn't look at it that way.
I did.
and his dad's probably like, but he kind of trying to move his head down.
The sadist comes out.
You don't remember like the saucy chicks in those rides?
No.
There's always like some
But
hot
there is,
chick.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Hot mannequin.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Hot mannequin.
They are only made hot.
Come on, mannequins are hot. Dude. You never saw the '80s movie Mannequin?
Yeah.
That was like, whenever I look at a mannequin, it's like, I wish I would just come to life. Like that.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was a good movie. Hollywood on that movie was
Yeah.
a great character.
Yeah.
So good.
That was good. So is there art with your with your boards? And
Yeah, I like the one I did for Landon. I had a migraine at the time, so whatever I was thinking at the time, I just kind of like started putting stuff together. And eventually, the migraine stopped.
Thank
So
God.
yeah, exactly. And there's like a spine with like a skull, with red eyes coming down and everything, and then black board on top with like the Finima 801 Surf Crew on the bottom. And then now I've got to sand that migraine back,
Mm-hmm.
put linseed oil, and then get another migraine and see what else comes out.
What are you using So linseed oil, it takes quite a bit of time to dry.
Yeah, so like I do like a first coat first, like 2-3 days.
Spray or brush on?
The rag.
Okay.
The rag and like wipe it on and stuff, the sponge or something like that. And then after that, I'll just let it sit for like 3 more days.
Okay.
And then look it up, see if I can, like, if it'll still work like the spray, and then gloss it afterwards
Nice.
and stuff. And yeah, just like if you can float on anything, beach ball, inner tube, whatever, just
Oh,
stand
dude,
up
if
and
I got
float.
on, if I got on something, I'd sink like the Titanic.
No.
Oh yeah.
Just go out with yourself. Just
Yeah.
To go bodyboard.
There you go.
Body.
I tried. We did bodyboarding once.
Bodyboard, right?
Bodyboarding.
Or what do they call it? Sorry.
Body surfing.
Body surf.
Yeah, we went to the Wedge,
Oh.
and we were on senior break, and my
Which
buddy
is sick.
charged out. No, he was bodyboarding, so he charged out
Yeah.
to bodyboard. Have you heard of the Wedge?
No.
It's where all
It's in-
short
it's-
crashers.
Yeah, it's in Newport Beach, California.
Yeah, it's right close
And
to
it's like
Newport.
right
It's
next
short
to a
crashers.
pier.
Just like,
So
Man,
it's
you-
like the wave rides up, and it just
He only surfed Utah, man.
yeah, and it's just like kaboosh, like right next to
It goes right on the shore. And they're short crashers.
So he goes
I used to
out
love
there.
body surfing those.
Yeah, he crashes it, comes back up on shore, and we're all drunk, and we're on senior trip or whatever, and like, he stands up, I'm like, you alright, man? What's up, Jared? Both nostrils just start pouring blood, and he falls down, and we're all laughing at him.
What is it?
those are good friends. 'Cause, like, the friends that don't do that, it's like, but if they're like, oh, I guess I am okay.
But that place will thrash you.
That place is fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't even. Yeah, I've done a little bit of.
You gotta know you're
bodyboarding.
gonna go to the
Yeah.
sand. If you don't know, then.
It's a good heads up. It's a good
No,
heads up for
it's
sure.
so fun. Anyway, but not fun.
So have you been back to the home islands?
No, my mom came here when she was 19 and she worked at Beehive Clothing till she was 67.
Whoa.
And then she retired last year, I think. But she hasn't been back since.
Huh.
But she used to own property by the ocean. And then she said, do you still have it? It's like, no, it's probably sold off. Because she hasn't been there for a while.
Do you have family, cousins over there?
And
Nice.
my cousin's there and here, and man, it's just so expensive, and with everything going on, it'd be hard to go out there.
Yeah.
But one of these days, it'd be fun to take her out there and stuff. But
Yeah.
I've been trying to get her on like the paddle board. She's like, I don't want to. It's like, I don't.
Yeah.
She's like, come on, Mom.
Have her just lay down on it.
It was like one day.
Yeah, my cousins, they lived on the Marshall Islands, one of the islands out there.
Oh, nice.
It's close out there in the Pacific, but that's where he learned to surf. Was my cousin was out there in the Marshall Islands.
That'd be a cool. That's
and
an awesome.
It's way humble, way poor people, but like just good times, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good character. Well, where do you see the future of this happening?
Just even.
What a character. I mean, you're honestly, this is just pure Utah surfing. That's what's so cool about it. It's like
That-
pure.
Ladies and gentlemen, the only surfer in Utah right now.
Yeah. Surfer in Utah.
There's a guy that was making I don't know his name, but he's out in Logan, and he has like his own shed that he'd make surfboards out of. But I don't know his name. But yeah, he makes it out.
There's something about a guy at U of U.
that teaches surfing. I think that was the guy that I looked surfing in the Great Salt Lake.
Great Salt Lake, he was.
I think that might be that girl's dad.
Yeah, it's his dad.
I think.
I just kind of watched that. So like, she was light enough to go on these waves, and
Yeah.
she was catching some on longboard, a bunch of waves out there in the Great Salt Lake.
And oh, sorry, that's my phone. That's my niece. That's my niece. I put her laughing for my notification. I'll forget that's on at night. I'll kind of like hit the phone on the
I was
side.
like, what the hell is the Joker?
Just some babies. It's fine.
Just some
in
kids
your pocket.
laughing in the parking lot.
Yeah.
What would it take for him to make a wave machine out of the Great Salt Lake? Think it's possible?
He's like you said, a trainer or something.
I want to like kind of look up.
You should
Well,
do it.
I wouldn't want to like rip off Kelly Slater, but the way that he did it is like looks so much fun. The way he did it, like there's this guy in Thailand who had this huge old this big thing of metal, like a huge old door, and he had these kids in like a square pool, and there was this lever where you hit it and it'd come down, and then make these waves, and these kids would like rain pound and pop up and then hit the end of the pool. It's like I think about that, but. Like, man, that'd take a big door for the Great Salt Lake.
Yeah.
But like the train thing, it'd be awesome. I'm trying to like come up with a
Like a
a
track
plan
with
to take to like the city or somewhere, or kind of look up how, and then if they reject it, but I'll still keep trying
Yeah.
and stuff. Just like kind of like what do I have to do to like get enough?
Well, you could just pick a beach and just pick like a separate part of the beach and be like, let's put like a high-tech wave machine here and see if like people can get into it or not, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, hell, how long did the one place sit there with nobody out there, you know? Like, the wave machine doesn't work, he'll just leave it out there like he did.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what the same
Things
thing.
are coming about. I've been going by the Great Salt Lake recently, doing work and stuff. I'm like, there's got to be something to go down, coming back, and even go by Utah Lake, where people say it's polluted, but
Oh, Utah Lake's not.
it's great. It's fine. It's just fine.
I still haven't surfed out there yet, but then with with like the algae blooms and stuff.
But it's just shower afterwards. It's the same as ocean.
Utah Lake is pretty nasty.
It's
man.
fine.
Sorry, I used to do a little bit of wakeboarding back in the day, and it was nasty.
It was fine.
Dude. You were young back then, you could take it. Now you're older. Like,
There's no gators in
jump
it
in
or
the
sharks.
water
You're
and
fine.
like, oh my god, what's in this water?
It's like those burns.
Yeah.
You're fine.
That's what it's kind of like at the Ogden River. It's like that freezer burn water that I like. Like once it gets in your nose, it feels like your nose is on fire. You just kind of like, it's kind of hold it, wait for the thaw to run out. It's
Yeah.
like, that was good. Let's do this again. It's like one of those. I just have fun with it. It's just something.
Hell yeah.
Because I used to just get so angry in the wintertime.
True.
It's like there's nothing. It's like you want to skate and you find out it's snowing, and you turn into like the Hulk. He's like, oh man.
So
Yeah.
you go at night deep when the snow's just powdering? I mean, it's a snowy day?
Yeah, like I'll go in the river.
And it's ice and everything too?
No, it's no ice at all.
I know, but like on the side of it?
Like there's
freezing.
been times where like it's kind of like snow capped on some of the rocks on the side
Yeah.
and stuff. It's like perfect. I go out there.
Wow.
It's like cold as shit.
Yeah, have you ever done like a skate rock bump? Like,
That would be fun. No, not
you
yet.
could invent that.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. That'd be sweet. A lot of ideas storming around.
There's a lot.
There's so many things that you could do with, like you're saying, Great Salt Lake, so many things that you can,
And so on.
it's like, man, it's just like, it's just going crazy, because sometimes my brain will shut off, so I'll think of something, write it down, go back to sleep. Maybe it's all the coffee I had before I went to bed.
I'm surfing in the winter with you,
Well,
man.
there's also
Let me know when you're going.
there's the
Okay.
lost art of windsurfing. Not many people windsurf anymore.
And that's cool.
Because I mean, that's how Milo started. They used to be a windsurfing place
I didn't know that.
before they. I'm pretty sure they used to be a windsurfing place before they were a snowboard shop.
Yeah. Stuff like that. There's,
Yeah, it was like Milo Windsurf or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you go out there and get windsurf equipment and shit.
That's that's funny you said that. I went to the Sugar House DI and they had like a windsurfing, I thought it was a surfboard. It's like, no way. I go over there and walk and it's just like sitting there, it's like huge old thing.
Oh yeah.
Nothing on it. It's like, well, I couldn't take that on tracks. It was like, oh well, that's something else out there.
There's no wind today. You just keep falling over in the lake.
Kind of like that Tommy Boy scene in the boat where they weren't getting any wind.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Classic.
It's so funny. It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Is there anything you want to say or
Just
any more messages? How about for the youth out there, the young kiddos?
just take, if you can float on it, hop on it, whatever. If it's a basketball, whatever. If you can, stand and float, whatever, just go and surf the heck out of any body water you see.
Nice.
And then when thank God, my family and friends. You guys are part of the friends.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for the show.
You bet.
At first I was so nervous because it's kind of like, but it really helped like outside talking. It's like, oh, sweet. It's exactly like that.
It's better.
It's really
Just
fun.
hanging out and telling us about
Like we said, we're just archiving people, you know. You might have 10 kids next year or something. When they get older, they want to see this interview with you, you know.
That'd be fun to hear.
Who was Dad?
It's like, hey guys, you want to watch us? No. But I'm in it. It's like, no. It's like, but I'll do that to my niece and nephew. Hopefully they'll want to watch it. So,
They will.
hey guys.
Or not. It's fine.
But then, you know, it's like the whole, Fanima 801 crew and just have fun, you know. Make the best of what you have. Oh, and there's a quote by Jerry Lopez, it's surf is where you find it. And then there's another one where he says something, surfing is supposed to be like something you like enjoy surfing anytime, anywhere, anyhow. And so I really take that. It's like, it's just like I found surfing here, and then, I invited Landon to do it with me, and now that led to us going to San Diego, with my trips to Rhode Island with the hospitality, my friend Lauren and Sid, super thankful for them too.
Yeah.
Just kind of, and like the Nubs crew, the Northern Utah board sessions.
Oh yeah.
It's like that kind of helped, like, I like the family thing, and I like the way the Water Brothers had it. Like, it is super tight, family-oriented crew.
Yeah.
And I really like that. So like
It's always about doing things with people together, friends,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Positive inspiration.
That's what
I try to be.
I love about skateboarding. Not the tricks and everything, but just everybody.
It's funny because
You like the chicks in skateboarding.
Tricks. There's no chicks.
No,
in
not the
skateboarding.
tricks. The chicks.
Oh gosh.
That's what he
No.
likes.
I like the people getting people together and just hanging out. It's not about tricks or chicks at all.
there's a funny meme where it says skating with your friends, and he's like skating, and then skating, I guess when a girl's watching and he's just eating it. He's trying porn stops.
The chick feels sorry for
Well, out here,
Are you okay?
everybody thinks they have to be so good when you don't. You just need to just get on a board and go
Just cruise.
and have fun. They think, well, I mean, I think there's a lot of good skaters coming out here because they just have that mentality. They have to be good, like be able to do all this stuff. But
Yeah.
not me. I mean, they shouldn't have that mentality. But it's making them really good out here because I think they have to be really super good instead of just loving it and
Utah
hanging out
has
with friends.
Utah has a good skate scene.
Oh,
It's
man,
got-
you
it's
get
got,
them
it's
too
got a
good.
good everything scene.
Well, I like the street scene.
Yeah.
Not as much as the bowl scene, but
Yeah.
I saw that picture, that painted picture with Sean Hadley.
oh yeah.
Paint first, like, that's sick.
That's Snuggy's the homeboy down here. He painted that.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, that's awesome. He does good artwork.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Tully, I don't know if you know.
That's who
know
I thought
Tully.
he was.
No.
I thought you were Tully.
He's been watching the shows.
Totally did
was
the
on.
drive-by, yeah.
Tully does the drive-by.
He's a drive-by sometimes, but Tully's on it. But like,
Yeah, Tully and Snugs. We got Tully and Snugs and Hadley. I haven't seen Hadley in a while. I'm not really that good of friends with him, but
yeah, Tully's usually sometimes in here.
yeah, he comes by and says hi.
This guy sometimes in here. We like audiences, so you can bring as many people as you want when
Nice.
we're doing this. and
Soda
hang out.
Pop Crew.
Soda Pop Crew,
I saw that. That's awesome. That's
Every
awesome.
one of those people, I don't know,
That's awesome.
can do something,
Yeah,
but
we
yeah.
get a little wild every once in a while.
It's like a big campfire hangout.
It's what it is.
Well, cool.
Why not?
You got anything you want to say?
Yeah,
or
just we're done. You
we
know,
good?
just goodbye. But
Think we
like,
got a good time frame in there.
yeah, very good. I'm gonna edit
Unless
up
you
real
want to
good.
say anything else, or
I'm gonna edit up real good. But if you can float it, move it, stand on it,
yeah,
do it.
do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Do
I
it.
think I think you might be like some hidden pioneer.
That's what
That's
I have
what
to
we got here, folks. The hidden pioneer of
I've never been a pioneer before.
no, I'm talking
You're
pioneer
pioneering
of the
something.
sport. You
Like
know?
some lake
Pioneering.
surfing.
Yeah.
River surfing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. Maybe there's a few. I know there's people before me, but yeah, I appreciate the comment.
Yeah.
You can do an ironing board.
Hey, I've always looked at those at the DI. I've looked at stuff like that at the DI. Sometimes I'll look at like, you know, a TV.
They're pretty
Or
heavy.
something
Though.
just like
An
any,
ironing board, you know?
I'm gonna be broke. I'll start buying bowling balls and everything.
Stairs. Man, if it can.
It's like, can I borrow a surfboard? Sure.
You look like the
Where are
bear.
they?
The bear at the circus
Oh, like that.
on the ball that you go down the river.
That's a good Halloween costume. You go down there. People want to borrow surfboards. Like, yeah, they're over there. Where? Well, you can use the TV or sled or whatever. But yeah, it's like just making best of what you have. And
What you have.
you know, the ocean would be nice, but like you know, whatever water we have, there's water everywhere.
And there's something.
And sand, dirt.
Have a tree where.
And grass.
Yeah, I like your attitude, man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah, you
You
can still
bet.
chill out. We'll just
Chill
chill out,
out.
but we'll cut her.
If you can ride it, move it, shake it, do it. Make it later.